Oh, ho, ho. I am Danny. This is Scare Miss, and I'm here with Ice Cold Katrina. And we've got Jitterbug Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
And on the 9th day of Scare Miss, my true love gave to me Wind Chill.
Yes.
It's chilly, it's windy. And Joel, can you tell us who is a part of this one?
All right. So this one stars two people. I seem to pick the movies with a very few amount of people in them.
Yeah, you're trying to skimp on your job.
So this one stars Emily Blunt and Ashton Holmes. And this was written by Joe Gangemi and Stephen Katz, and was directed by Gregory Jacobs.
All right. Cool. So, two college students share a ride home for the holidays. But when they break down on a deserted stretch of road, they are preyed upon by the ghosts of people who have died there.
Man, that gives
That
things
is a
away.
lot of information.
Yeah, that's like, oh, okay,
Wow.
we're done.
Spoiler alert.
We're done here.
Yeah, because throughout the movie, you're like wondering what's going on. You know?
Yeah, that was a total spoil.
Sorry, guys. I don't write it. I just read it.
Man, you
Oh,
gotta censor
man.
yourself while you're reading.
Yeah, I know. Man, sorry.
Oh, this was
But-
also randomly produced by George Clooney too. I saw his
Oh.
name on the credits. I'm like, what? Okay, it's random.
Okay.
Interesting.
Emily Blunt. She
Yes.
has been in a lot of things.
Yeah.
She was in The Quiet Place.
Hmm Her
Part
husband,
1 and
John
2.
Krasinski.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're-
They are actually married
Oh,
in real life. So I didn't realize that she had been in a movie like so early on, like so much early on in
Mhm.
in a horror
Right.
movie, I guess
Yeah.
is what I should say. So that was cool to see
Mhm.
when you picked this movie, and I looked it up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know her.
someone familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're going to come up with a word to describe this one, and then we'll jump into it. So, Katrina.
oh, okay.
Let's
I'm
start with
starting
you.
the word off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Man, why'd you start with me?
Sorry,
That's
Joel.
so tough.
You go first.
My word is kind of cheating, but mine is chilly.
Chili.
Chilly. Chill.
Okay.
It's cold outside, so
It is. I will go with that's a hard one. This is a hard one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I'll-
goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Okay.
Mm.
All right. I'll just go with weird. It's kind of a weird one. What's extra weird about this is it's considered, I think it was on IMDb, it's called a teen horror. And then I think when we were trying to watch it on Prime, they called it an adventure drama.
Okay.
So
I mean,
I
they go
don't-
on an adventure, I guess.
yeah, I guess it's not like when you think of
Who is it?
adventure, it's like fast paced, like this
Yeah.
is not that.
That's
kind of
action
movie.
adventure. This is adventure
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there.
I just feel like adventure drama doesn't go together necessarily.
And it wasn't supposed to be much of an adventure.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be a ride home.
right home.
But it's like it still would
Turns into an adventure.
it still kind of counts because it's still like a 6-7 hour drive.
Yeah.
That can still be an adventure. You just
Yeah. Just more of an adventure than she was hoping for.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I like this one. Okay, it was all right. I the acting was good. The story was interesting. There were a few things that I was like, why didn't we just do this? Or how does that make sense? Or why did we do this and then we ended up here? Why? I had just some questions that the characters didn't seem to care to answer. They just kind of went with it, and I was like, okay, I'd be asking questions, and kind of freaked out by what just happened. And nobody seemed to talk about it. So there was just some odd stuff like that made me kind of not like it as much as I wanted to. But it's good. I'll say it's good.
Yeah.
There was only one part that I was like, okay, this movie's getting stupid.
Yeah. You literally said
I
that.
literally did.
Like 4 times.
Yeah. I was really
back
annoyed.
Back to back. Because of the same scene.
Yeah, I was really annoyed with it. It was just,
can't wait to hear about that scene.
But after that, I mean, that whole scene could have just been taken out. Like, that was unnecessary, and it didn't help fit with the rest of the story.
Yeah.
So after that, I liked it. I liked it. I liked the story of it. I don't know, I thought it was a cool story and a cool idea. And I thought that there were certain things that you were questioning and annoyed about that I felt like I had answers for. So we'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah. I can't remember what it all was because you answered some of those.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll
talk about it. We'll see if Joel has questions that I need to answer for him.
Your grade should go up at that point, right? Since your questions were answered.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna be up from what it would have been after I watched the movie. If I had watched it by myself and just stayed kind of in the dark with something, I wouldn't say that I particularly enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
It was okay.
I wonder, are you not as big a fan of the psychological horror type things?
I am, but I don't know. Just what I read for the description is just, I don't know. It sounds more interesting than it actually was to me. I don't know. I was intrigued by things and like not knowing what's going on. But then when you get kind of into this, there's no rules to what's happening. Then you kind of lose me because then anything can happen. And I don't know. I don't like Joel. Very much.
Well, we're talking about haunted roads. Anything can happen. Like,
right.
Yeah.
At that point, like it's
and haunted road. Yeah. Like, haunted things coming and going and attacking and disappearing, like that kind of stuff is fine. But when the actual characters get into different things and then end up somewhere else, and that stuff
really got you.
Yeah,
that really got you. And we're going to talk about that.
The fact that they didn't question it, they weren't like, "What the heck?"
They said something.
I would be asking about it, like, I don't know. I'd be wanting to have a full-on conversation about this. Like, let's try to figure this out.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of like relieved them.
Yeah, in that moment.
Yeah.
But still, like, what the heck?
Yeah. So we'll talk about that in spoilers because we need to talk about
it. It happens a couple of times.
Yeah. But from the same incident, from the same like action.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that followed the rule.
They make their own rules.
Katrina knows their rules. She got the rule book before the movie.
Not before it, but I listened to it during the conversation on the ride there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This reminded me of a better Dead End.
Yes, that's the
It's
thing.
like-
Yeah.
I'm like,
I had more fun with Dead End.
that's what I was
Really?
thinking. I was
than
like,
this.
you seem to like that better than this.
Yeah. This
Except for
one
the end.
because it's
The cutscene.
funny. Dead End I thought was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, because
This had no comedy.
character.
Well,
this
no,
is
there was more than
serious.
that. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
this is more
not
serious.
supposed to be funny.
And Dead End had a better ending, I thought.
Except for the cutscene.
Except for the
Well, we call it the
Kinda.
cutscene.
the after
Cutscene?
credits scene.
Oh, I didn't see an after credit scene.
For
I
Dead
didn't-
End.
You saw.
Oh, for
you
Dead
saw
End.
what we're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, for Dead End. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I meant
we
for this
said
one, I was
that
like,
it
what?
should have been. No. no.
Yeah.
But very similar. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of stranded on this road.
Yeah.
Car breaks down.
It's
Although
like
this
the
was-
same story.
This was a
except for-
choice made, though. That wasn't a choice that was made.
Yeah.
It just happened.
So yeah, and we'll talk about that too because I'm curious.
You know what?
Why
I
that choice
think-
was made?
Yeah,
You know what I think
what the
really
actual intention was.
is the
Mhm.
reason why I didn't like this that much is I liked the angle it was going in at first.
Okay,
And then it
With him,
completely
with-
changed.
with him
Yeah.
being
With his character
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, I liked that. That was more interesting. And then it
Mhm.
turned into something else. And then it just wasn't as interesting to me.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
starting
That
off like the
probably-
red eye.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it turned
So
different. I mean, that
Or
movie
like
turned
a
into something
Hitcher
different
or
too,
something.
but yeah.
so I can accept that reason.
Thank you.
So now I'm okay with your decision.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a more interesting story, I think. And that would
It
have made
was
more
an
sense.
interesting thing.
Yeah,
'cause it's
and that
like
would have made more
The
sense for
build
him
up to it.
going
Yeah.
off
The-
the road.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then they just kind of abandoned that.
They took it a supernatural
They
way.
made us.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made us have different feelings about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
which, I don't know. I don't know if that was the greatest decision on their part, but I didn't really want to like his character all that much.
Yeah, and this is the
After-
thing too is the other part, so there was one part that I mentioned that I just thought was stupid. But then there was another choice of how they progressed the guy's character
Hmm.
that I just felt like the pace was totally off with that.
Mhm.
And that threw me off and kind of made me annoyed.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that again.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about in spoilers
apparently
because there's
so.
not much like I mean the description already
Yeah.
gave away
Gave it
some.
away.
But there's still not a whole lot we can talk about with
Hmm.
not spoiling it.
Yeah, because there's a whole backstory to these
Yeah.
ghosts and stuff. So
Yeah. So do you guys we kind of talked about it, but like when they like talked about check the rideshare board, do you guys
Mhm.
remember like a rideshare board?
I remember those boards on the campus. But I don't know that I remember people posting about on there. And this is boards, like literal boards.
Literal,
with
yeah.
paper.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I don't even think I wonder
It
if
was
they
like
even have that
jobs or-
anymore. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I was like,
Like
I feel like it
missing
wasn't
animals
just a ride share, but it was
No.
like any kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
people who were
Mhm.
renting out their textbooks.
Yeah.
Or like people who needed a job, like either like needed a babysitter or
Yeah.
needed like different things, or people who
Yeah.
were babysitting.
Yeah, or like
Mhm.
different
And-
events.
Yeah, but I
going on
remember
at the
like
school.
sometimes there would be ride share things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely
Um,
wasn't just for rideshare.
but yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But I
This is
remember those
before,
boards.
like
It was for everything else.
Uber
besides-
and
yeah.
Lyft.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have any of those things
No.
at the time.
Yeah.
This is 2007, I think, is when this came out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I kind of
Yeah.
liked that
yeah.
in the movie because I'm like, I wonder if kids even do that. Like if colleges have that stuff anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or if
Probably not.
it's probably like virtual, if anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of fun to see, like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
paper.
this is our day.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
because this was when we were
Yeah,
in
pen
college.
and paper. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I
Yeah, so
liked
it's kinda
that whole
fun.
setup. I liked all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah,
didn't like
I liked that
that
whole
she
setup with
was
that.
able to like text back super fast with this flip phone. Like
Mhm.
I remember texting on those phones. You don't just text the letter.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you
Press
need
it
to
multiple
1, 2,
times.
3.
Yeah, you gotta-
like,
yeah.
that takes some work.
Yeah.
You can't just quickly text
Yeah.
back in the middle of
Mhm.
class.
Yeah.
But she's
But-
like really, really good with it and knows
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
She had some.
Yeah, but she
setting
only
on.
pressed it once to get to you. I'm like,
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hear what the critics think about this one.
yeah, I'll
and
tell
then
you.
we will give our rating. And then we'll let you guys know what's coming up for tomorrow.
Yes.
The critics are not very happy.
Mm.
No, they this got a splat all the way around.
Oh, wow.
It's got a 44% on the tomato meter.
Oh,
Only
wow.
25 reviews for critics.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And then a 31% for the popcorn meter.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that popcorn's
pretty
all
low.
over the ground.
That is a little bit. That is a little.
I
too
think
low
it's a
for-
little, yeah.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the-
This is like the lowest that we've done so far for Scareness, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
For,
it's-
like combined between the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a little harsh.
Mhm.
I think this was better than what the
Mhm.
rating is saying. I do feel like since you pointed that out that it like kind of started as one kind of movie and then went to something totally different.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be how
Mhm.
others feel too.
Mhm.
And I could understand that throwing the score.
Yeah.
And I could understand why maybe that's why they kind of added
Mhm.
that into the description to be like, this isn't the movie you think it's going to be the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
It's actually what we said in the description.
Yeah. So don't get too excited.
Yeah.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Someone watches the first half and then reads the description. Like, wait, where'd you come with that? Come with this?
Yeah.
That kind of movie, no, turn it off.
So, I'm thinking,
Especially if it's a adventure drama.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's the thing too, is it's marketed very weird.
Yeah.
To
Mhm.
be on one thing as adventure drama and then another thing as teen horror. It doesn't seem very teen horror to
No.
me.
And they weren't teenagers.
They weren't. They were
No.
in college.
They were in
Like,
college.
they
and
weren't
they
even
were
freshmen
having
in college.
college conversations. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know where the teen.
Not
part
really
comes in.
teen relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But IMDb gave it a 5.8.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they read
That's
the description
respectable.
That's
first.
weird. I mean, usually IMDb does give the better of the two like ratings as far as like how we feel about it,
Uh-huh.
but that's way off. But from IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, kind of interesting. So interesting because then when you look it up just on Google, it says horror drama.
Yeah, I would say that's
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah. So Google says horror drama. What's it called? Said
Adventure
adventure drama. And then IMDb says teen horror.
Yeah.
And then adventure.
Just
drama,
everything.
horror.
This movie is everything.
Yeah, it's got it all.
Comedy. Just
Not
knew that.
comedy. That is
No.
one thing that it does
Yeah.
not try to claim to be. I love how the girl and the guy, they don't have names.
No.
They're just girl
And
and guy.
Yeah, even in the like cast,
Yeah.
it says
Mhm.
Emily Blunt played girl,
Yeah.
Ashton
Mhm.
Holmes played guy.
Yeah. And when the
In the
subtitles,
subtitles,
yeah,
it says girl and guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reminds me of Mother.
Yeah.
It was like woman and
Is
man.
there? Mhm.
Yeah.
It's funny.
All right, so let's give our grade and then we'll get to the spoilers.
Woo.
Wow.
I'll go first. I'm gonna go 76.
Wow. Okay. You gave it higher than I thought you would.
Yeah. I mean it's not bad. It's not a badly like we did Christmas Horror Story.
Yeah.
And I feel like that wasn't bad, but this is better. So I
Okay.
wanted to give it a little higher of a score.
Okay.
Like just production value, acting, all around movie, it's better. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a higher score.
Okay. Okay, so you said 76?
6.
Yeah.
Okay, Joel, what are you doing?
I think I liked it a little bit more than you. I think your idea for what it was going for was a better idea. I think it should have stayed that way the entire time. But having said that, it still is a decent movie. So I'm going to go with an 80.
Okay.
Oh, that was mine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Cool.
yeah, I wanted to give it a B. I did
Yeah.
feel like it was
It's not average.
better.
Like anything in the 70s is average to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
This was slightly above average, so like an 80 is
Yeah. I did like the story that it went to. I just think that there were certain decisions within that story process that they were either trying too hard or it was just it just went off
different.
track.
Yeah.
You know, like just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I did like the story that it went to.
Yeah.
I liked both stories, honestly. Like I
Yeah.
thought that the beginning, like where we thought it was going, I liked that. I wasn't super disappointed when it didn't go that direction.
Mhm.
My main thing about that was why even write it in like that if you're not going to go there. Like what was the point of
Yeah.
that whole? It could have been anything. Like
Yeah.
the whole part could have been, they could have
Because
been
they
related.
had they had to make it interesting up to when they actually wanted to do the story. Because if it was just, oh, she gets picked up and drives down this road and whatever, then there's nothing interesting going on at that point. And then you got a really short movie. So
well, I think
the
also
quote unquote. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Joel.
I was gonna say the quote unquote interesting part happens when they get to the gas station. Like that's when it's like revealed, and then after that, it's like 5 minutes of that, and then
it's
we're
not
done.
very long. I guess
that whole part's
Yeah.
not long at all. So
Yeah.
why include it?
Yeah.
So I think it was more so because it made you continue to question his intentions, his like whether like because I know that I continued to
Does he know
feel
about
like
this? Is he
yeah,
part of it?
feel like is he even is he
real?
well not not whether he was real, but more so whether like was he going for this adventure? Did he know stories about this street and knew what he was getting himself into?
And he wanted to partner.
save her kind of thing, you know, like be able to like come out the hero of
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
He really had a quite a sneaky plot, like a scheme that he
Yeah.
was running to
Yeah.
to get to this. It was like, man, this guy is pretty good at this.
He's like you
Prob-
style.
Probably not his
me.
first time.
Oh, the
The
show.
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
He
good.
was like,
Yeah, but without the technology, so it was
yeah.
like, man, you really doing it, man.
He
Good
did
job.
his studying.
That's why it would have been a more interesting story to stick with it.
Yeah, what else
That-
could he have done? You know,
Mhm.
where else could
Well,
this guy have gone with?
That's the
his-
thing, though.
his
It does
skills?
still kind of like leave you wondering, like, was there more to his reason for taking her there? You know, like, did he know about it? We
Mhm.
don't know.
All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So we're going to go to patreon.com/scare talk so that we can talk about spoilers. You can go there, get 7 days free. We're in the middle of Scaremas.
Yeah.
So we've been putting out one episode per day for a horror film review since December 10th.
Yes.
So whenever you're watching this, you've got plenty to catch up on. So if you go to Patreon, you get 7 days free, and you can watch all of those, and then just cancel it, and that's it. And then you're good to go.
Bam.
So do it. You have nothing
Do
to
it.
lose.
Now, do it.
All right, guys, that is it for Wind Chill. So tomorrow, we've got, what is it? There's something
No.
no.
We have a
Nope.
Christmas horror story.
Oh, tomorrow is a Christmas horror
Which
story.
we
Sorry,
already
and I
kind of
already
talked about for a
it little
second.
bit. And
Oh, we
Giving away
did.
our,
we were sneaking that in.
these are not recorded in order. All right.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
don't give away our secret.
Look behind the curtain. Breaking the fourth wall.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Go check us out tomorrow with a Christmas horror story.
Horror story, yes.